The identity of patriots was never one of religion. Here are now stories of 9 and 10 Muslims whom we have all forgotten, or worse, been made to forget, who stood as exemplars of national pride. Let us rekindle our memories tonight and not forget a second time. Let us begin with Brigadier Muhammad Usman. In 1947, as a Muslim officer serving in the Baluch regiment, he was offered the position of the future army chief of Pakistan. He declined. He went on to serve in the Dogra regiment. Over the next few months, he would become known as the Lion of Nowshera. Fiercely defending Nowshera and Jangar, his unit inflicted 2,000 casualties on the Pakistanis at their own loss of 33 dead and 102 wounded. Under the command of Lieutenant General, later Field Marshal Cariappa, Brigadier Usman would die on his post defending Jangar on July the 3rd, 1948. He was just 35 years old. That's my age. His last words were, "I am dying, but let not this land we are fighting for fall to the enemy." He was awarded the Mahavir Chakra. He was a Muslim who died fighting to defend Kashmir from Pakistanis. Jinnah wanted you to forget him. Don't. The next on our list, Azimullah Khan, was the secretary of Nana Sahib and played a key role in the rebellion of 1857. It was he who coined the slogan, "Madare Watan Bharat Ki Jai." It was his negotiations that ended the siege of Kanpur. He was a Muslim, he was an Indian, he was a patriot. The world saying Kashmir is a Hindu-Muslim problem want you to forget him. Don't. Yusuf Meher. He is the man who coined the slogan, "Angrez Bharat Chodo." He also led the Simon Go Back protests against the Simon Commission, along with joining Gandhi in the Quit India movement. He was a Muslim, he was an Indian, and he was a patriot. The world calling you Lynchistan want his story buried. Don't let them. Bismil Azimabadi. He was the one that wrote the poem, "Sarfaroshi ki tamanna ab hamare dil mein hai." He was executed for challenging British rule. He was a Muslim, he was a patriot. The British killed him not because he was anti-Hindu, but because he was anti-British. Do not forget. Hazrat Mohani. He is the one who first gave the clarion call of Inqalab Zindabad. He was an Urdu poet who loved the stories of Krishna and was jailed by the British before going on to serve in the Constituent Assembly of India. Those saying India is a country of Hindu-Muslim riots want you to forget him. Don't. Nawab Ali Bahadur. Rani Lakshmi Bai tied him Rakhi and he is believed to have performed her last rites. He was an Indian freedom fighter. He fought the British with a Hindu queen. He was not two India, he was one India. Company quartermaster Havaldar Abdul Hamid. He fought the Chinese at Namka Chu in 1962. In 65, he destroyed 6 Pakistani tanks before being killed in the Battle of Asal Uttar. He was posthumously awarded the Paramveer Chakra. He died for one India. Haji Usman Said, one of British India's wealthiest businessmen, he sold all his property to collect money for the freedom movement. He burnt all his imported goods during the non-cooperation movement. Some claim that he raised what would today amount to $1 billion to help India's freedom fighters. He was Muslim, he was a patriot. General Shah Nawaz Khan, believed to be the first Indian to have unfurled the tricolour at the Red Fort. He fought with the British Army at the Battle of Kohima in 1944, later rebelled and was convicted of treason. He was freed by British India's last army chief Auchinleck only after much public outrage. He represents the lie behind the two India theory. Suraya Tayabji. It was her family that helped adapt the Congress tricolour with the charkha, with the Ashok Chakra that today is our national flag. These are just 10. There are many other stories that tell us one thing. Clive fooled you, Curzon fooled you, and then Jinnah fooled you. 73 years after independence, there are still those who still think that they can remote control the fate of India by just simply pitting Muslim versus Hindu as a tried and tested formula, a standard operating procedure. Don't let the modern day legates of Clive and Curzon fool you again. Wake up, India. Your time has now come.